5 places a man will touch you when he's attracted to you. It's honestly such a joy to have you here with me right now. Maybe you're listening from your couch, your car, or even while multitasking and sipping that coffee. Wherever you are, you're exactly where you should be, because today we're diving into something every woman has thought about at some point, but maybe didn't know how or where to ask. You know that feeling when a man stands a little too close, when his hand lightly brushes yours, or when he keeps looking for small reasons to touch you during a talk? That energy, that tension, that magnetic pull that doesn't need to be said out loud, but your mind still wonders, is he just being nice, or does he actually like me? That's exactly what I want to help you figure out today. Because here's the real thing. When a man is truly attracted to you, even before the words come out of his mouth, his body will already be telling you the truth. You'll see it in his eyes, feel it in his movements, and especially notice it in how he touches you. But here's the important part. Not every touch means the same thing. Some are simply polite, others are casual. But certain touches only happen when a man feels genuinely drawn to you. These are quiet, intimate, emotionally charged kinds of touches that basically say, I'm really into you, even when he hasn't said it outright. So if you're done trying to guess where you stand, if you want to understand men a little more clearly, and if you're curious about how they show attraction through physical gestures that carry emotional depth, this is for you. I'm going to take you through some of the places a man touches when he's truly into you, and by the end of this, you'll be more in tune with those signals, more confident in reading them, and more connected to that soft, subtle language of attraction. So let's jump right in. When a man is deeply into you, on that kind of level where he can't help himself, he does certain things that skip the small talk and show how he feels through his actions. One of the biggest and often missed is when he touches your lower back. This isn't just a mindless gesture. Even when he's not fully aware of it, that kind of touch carries meaning. The lower back is a powerful place to touch, especially in the early stages of getting close. Why is that? Because it's personal. It's not like a handshake or tapping your shoulder in passing. The lower back is more private. It takes a little bit of courage and emotional connection to go there. You don't just touch someone's lower back if you're feeling nothing. That's the kind of move you make when something inside is pulling you toward them, emotionally, physically, maybe even in a way you can't explain. You'll notice it in moments that feel natural but actually carry so much more. Like when he guides you through a crowd and his hand lightly rests on your back, not to control you but to be close. Or when he helps you through a door and his hand lingers just a bit longer than necessary. He could easily just let you walk through without touching you, but he chooses contact. That says a lot. It tells you that being close to you feels good to him, that something about the connection is real. The lower back is such a powerful spot because it walks the line between respectful and personal. It doesn't feel pushy, but it does feel close. When a man reaches for you there, he's not just attracted to how you look, he's drawn to something deeper. He's connecting to the chemistry, the unspoken electricity between you both. That kind of touch doesn't scream, it whispers. But those whisperers, sometimes they speak louder than anything he could say. Here's something important to remember. A man who's just being polite won't go for that kind of touch. He might be helpful, he might smile, maybe he'll open a door or say something nice. But touching your lower back, that's not something he does unless he's feeling something more. That's a definite signal, and it's one worth noticing, because men who are emotionally aware and open don't always come right out and say how they feel. Instead, they show it bit by bit through small, intentional moments. These touches are the beginning. They're the signs that your body often notices before your mind does. So the next time you feel that gentle pressure on your lower back, don't ignore it. Pay attention. Ask yourself how it made you feel. Because your body will often recognize attraction even before your thoughts catch up. That touch might just be his quiet way of saying, I want to be near you. I want to connect. And in a world where vulnerability is often avoided, that kind of closeness is something worth noticing. Sometimes it's not the big dramatic gestures that show how someone feels. Sometimes it's just the way he gently places his hand on your back, like you're meant to be beside him and like he hopes you'll stay. Now there's another kind of touch that often gets overlooked because it seems so small, but when you really tune into it, it tells you a lot. I'm talking about how a man touches your arm or your shoulder. At first, it can look like nothing, just a little pat, a light brush, or a casual touch during conversation. But when it keeps happening and feels intentional, it's not just friendly. It's something more. Men are often raised to be cautious with how they show affection, especially in the early stages of attraction. So when he likes you but is still figuring things out, he may go for safe places to touch, like your arm or your shoulder. These are considered normal, even acceptable, but they still hold emotional weight. If he touches your arm when he laughs or places his hand on your shoulder to guide you through a space, he's not just being nice. He's showing that he wants to be closer. He's trying to bridge that little space between you without saying the words. And if this kind of contact continues, if he keeps finding little ways to touch you in those areas, it's more than just chance, it's attraction. Even if he hasn't said anything directly, his body is already speaking. And here's what's interesting. These touches often grow over time. As he feels more comfortable and safe around you, the touches might last longer. What started as a light tap becomes a hand that stays a bit. A friendly nudge becomes a softer, more thoughtful caress. It's not fast, it's not showy, but it's steady, and you can feel when something shifts. You might ask, but what if he's just someone who touches everyone? That's a fair point. Some people are naturally more touchy, but the key is to look at how often he does it, when he does it, and who else he does it with. If he's finding reasons to touch you more than others, especially during close moments or shared laughter, that's a big clue. And if those touches make you feel seen and wanted, that's chemistry. That's connection. When a man is attracted but still working through how to show it, this is usually how it begins. He touches your arm, he brushes your shoulder, he leans in slightly closer than necessary. And in those little moments, his body is quietly saying, I want to be near you. I want to feel this space between us. So don't brush it off. Let yourself feel it. If it brings that little spark, that rush, that's your body reacting to the message his touch is sending. Attraction doesn't always start with grand displays. Sometimes it begins with a quiet hand on your shoulder and the feeling that lingers even after he's stepped away. There's also something very intimate about a man choosing to touch your hands. It might seem simple, even basic, but don't underestimate it. Hands are how we move through life. They're personal. They say a lot. So when a man touches your hand, even casually, it can be more meaningful than you think. Touching your back or arm might happen out of necessity, but your hands, he doesn't need to. He wants to. Whether he's helping you step out of a car, reaching for your hand while walking, or holding it in a quiet moment, he's showing you something. He's saying, I want to feel connected to you. The way he does it says a lot too. If he holds on just a little longer, if he gently plays with your fingers, if he gives your hand a soft squeeze while laughing, that's not just good manners. That's real affection. That's him letting his guard down. When a man reaches for your hand like that, he's opening himself to you. He's saying, this feels special. And if he kisses your hand, that's a whole different level. But that's not just casual, that's deep admiration. It's his way of treating you with tenderness and showing you that you mean something to him. Even in fun, light moments like spinning you around while dancing or pulling you in during a joke, that hand contact is still meaningful. He's choosing that closeness because it feels right. Holding hands is one of the most mutual kinds of touch. It's not something he's doing to you, it's something you're sharing with him. And in that shared space, something powerful begins. It creates trust. It builds emotional closeness. It makes the world feel a little quieter, like you're in a bubble made just for two. So the next time a man reaches for your hand, whether boldly or gently, don't ignore that moment. It could be saying more than words ever could. Because often the most genuine signs of attraction don't come from what's said out loud. They come from what's felt in the quiet way his fingers hold yours. Touching the face, even in a soft way, says a lot. Whether he's brushing something off your cheek, tucking a strand of your hair behind your ear, or gently holding your jaw during a kiss, it's not just a romantic act. It's emotional. It's him silently stepping in and saying, I'm right here, I see you, and I want to be close. Not only physically, but emotionally as well. That kind of touch usually doesn't happen unless something real is stirring inside him. It's important to understand that most men don't reach for a woman's face unless there's something deeper going on. It's different from putting a hand on your back or brushing your arm while joking. Those can be casual or playful, but touching your face, that's delicate. It means something. It requires trust. It asks for emotional closeness. Usually, it signals that he's feeling something beyond the surface. Now let's talk about the way he touches your hair. Hair has this unique quality. It's personal, and it can be both soothing and attractive at the same time. It's a part of you that people don't usually touch unless there's a real reason. So when a man gently runs his fingers through your hair, plays with it while you speak, or softly moves it away from your face just to see you better, that's affection. That's quiet desire. That's a moment of connection. He's choosing to do that. He's not forced to. That choice matters. You often see this when things feel peaceful. Maybe you're sitting close, sharing a laugh, and he lightly strokes your hair, or he places his hand on your cheek while you're talking. He's not trying to impress you. He's not rushing anything. He's just being there with you in that moment. Or maybe you're talking about something close to your heart and he's looking at you, drawn in, and he reaches out without even thinking, just to touch your face softly. Those are the moments that stay with you. They're honest. They're not about trying to be charming. They're about wanting to feel more of you. And here's the beautiful thing. Those kinds of touches are never about control. They're not about taking over. They're about admiration. When a man truly wants you, when he's feeling not just attraction, but emotional closeness, he naturally wants to express it through these gentle moments. He might not even realize he's doing it. His hand just moves to your face when you laugh. Or he finds himself playing with your hair without meaning to, because that's part of what makes you, you. He's not just interested, he's drawn in. So if a man reaches out for your face or your hair in these quiet, thoughtful ways, notice it. Let yourself feel it. Because those are the kinds of touches that speak louder than words. They say, I'm taken by you. And when a man feels that kind of pull, he doesn't have to say it. You'll feel it. In the way his hand stays just a second longer, in how soft his fingers are, and in the way time seems to slow down in that moment. That's not just attraction, it's connection. Now think about another kind of touch, one that people often misunderstand. A man placing his hand on your knee or thigh. At first, it might feel like a bold move. It's more intimate than a shoulder or a hand, but when done with respect and gentle intention, it can say so much about how he feels, not just on the outside, but deep inside too. If a man softly rests his hand on your knee during a quiet moment or gently places it on your thigh when you're close, he's stepping into a more meaningful space with you. That isn't just a casual move, it's a mindful one. This kind of touch usually happens when there's already chemistry between you. Maybe you're sitting beside each other having a real talk or laughing in a quiet place. He's not doing it to get attention. He's doing it to feel that closeness, to make it known in a way that words can't. And when he chooses to touch your thigh or knee instead of somewhere more expected, like your back, it actually means something deeper. It's not done for show, it's about the bond. A man who's truly into you isn't trying to control anything with that gesture. He's trying to bring you closer. He's quietly saying, I'm here, I feel this too, and I want to share it with you. What makes this touch powerful is how soft and natural it can be. There's no big moment leading up to it. It just happens. And it feels honest. Maybe it happens while you're laughing. Maybe it's while you're deep in thought and there's no pressure, only presence. And in that stillness, there's something honest being shared, a closeness that says, I'm not here to rush things. I'm here to connect. Now, of course, timing matters. This kind of touch is not something that just happens out of nowhere. A respectful man knows how to read the moment. He'll pay attention to your comfort. He'll go slowly. And when he gets it right, it won't feel awkward. It'll feel easy, like a natural part of the bond you're building together. And you'll know. You'll feel the difference. You'll sense whether it comes from a place of real care or just curiosity. Trust that feeling. Your gut knows when a man's touch comes from a genuine place. This isn't about taking anything, it's about giving. It's about showing that you mean something to him, that you're not just someone he likes, but someone he feels with, especially when it's paired with soft eye contact, a slow smile, or a quiet conversation that makes your heart beat a little faster. That kind of touch on your knee, on your thigh, when done with care, can give you a look into his heart. It's not just about physical nearness, it's about letting you into his emotional space too. Because when feelings are real, even the softest touch can say, I see you, I feel something for you, I want to be where you are. Another strong yet often overlooked touch is the one to your lower back. It may seem small, subtle, but it can mean a lot. It's not showy. It's not loud. Sometimes it's so smooth that you barely notice, but that's what makes it powerful. A man doesn't put his hand on your lower back unless he feels a sense of closeness. That area is personal. It's not openly sexual, but it's definitely meaningful. It sits somewhere between emotional comfort and physical attraction. When a man touches your lower back, maybe to guide you through a doorway, lead you through a crowd, or pull you gently toward him during a quiet chat, he's sending a message. He's saying, I want to be close to you. I want you to feel safe with me. It's not about control, it's about comfort. It's about quietly showing care. It's his way of saying, I've got you. What adds something deep to this is the confidence it takes. It takes a certain maturity to touch a woman's lower back with calm, respectful energy. It means he's aware of the space he's in and he's tuned in to how you feel. He's expressing his attraction, but doing it without crossing any lines. And when it's done with that kind of awareness, it's nearly impossible to ignore. Let's be real. If you like the man and he gently touches your lower back, you feel it. Even if it only lasts a second, your body responds because it feels sincere. It feels intentional. That little moment can leave a lasting impression, not because it was dramatic, but because it meant something. So the next time it happens, notice how it feels. That hand on your lower back may be saying far more than words ever could. It shows that he's present, that he's tuned in, that he wants to connect with you, not just physically, but emotionally too. And when that energy is there, you'll feel it instantly. In the end, how a man touches you says a lot about his heart. Whether it's your face, your hand, your hair, your thigh, or your lower back, those aren't just touches. They're reflections of how much you matter to him. They show care, they show interest. They show that something deeper may be growing between you, because true attraction goes beyond what's on the outside. It shows up in how he chooses to connect with you on the inside. These moments of contact are his way of telling you what words sometimes can't. I want to know you. I want to be close to you. I want to feel what you feel. So the next time one of these touch happens, take a breath, let it sink in. It's not just physical. It's emotional. And here's the beautiful part. You get to decide what comes next. Maybe you return the touch. Maybe you smile. Maybe you simply enjoy the warmth of being seen and felt. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced one of these kinds of touches? How did it make you feel? Share in the comments. If this helped you see things more clearly, hit subscribe for more talks on love and connection. Give it a like and pass it on to someone who might need it. Keep showing up for the kind of love that's kind, real, and rooted in respect. You deserve that and more. Until next time.